So tell me about yourself and how long you've been training.
I started training in about 2018, and I'm 24 years old currently. I live in Prescott, Arizona. This will be the second time I fought for WFF.
What's your athletic background?
I came from a football and a wrestling background.
How good of a wrestler were you?
That was pretty good.
Like state champ, or did you wrestle in college? Or
I didn't go to the college level. I actually pursued football after my sophomore year. That ended up being kind of the sport I pursued in college.
Where'd you play football at in college?
Sacramento State.
Nice. So they're FCS, right, or FBS?
SBS.
Okay, nice. What position were you?
I came from a defensive end, and I ended up converting over to safety and a cornerback.
So tell us about your opponent coming up.
His name, I believe, is Javon Ravago. I don't know if I'm butchering that at all. I don't know much about him. He's not on social medias, things like that. I believe he comes from a wrestling background as well. So I look forward to any of the grappling exchanges that me and him might have, or anything along those lines.
How do you plan on winning? You said grappling, or what other ways?
It depends. It all depends on where the fight goes. If it goes to the striking, I believe I have the advantage. If it goes to the grappling, I also believe I have the advantage.
Do you have any words for your opponent?
I just hope that he feels prepared as well as I do right now. I hope he feels as prepared as me.
Do you have any sponsors?
No, I did not seek sponsorships through this fight. I wanted to focus on only the fight in itself.
Tell us about the fight. When, where is it, and how can we get tickets?
So I have a link in my bio for Instagram to get tickets. My username is Chris_O'Brien23 on Instagram. You can go to Ticketmaster and locate WFF event August 13th in Prescott Valley, Finley Toyota Center.
One thing I was just thinking, you're pretty high altitude. I believe it's like 5,000 feet. Do you think your opponents who aren't from there are going to know that that's high altitude and might have problems?
I hope that they look at. Yeah, I hope that they studied the location of the area, because yes, it is very high up here. As people talk about Denver being mile high, but Prescott is also mile high.
Yeah, because I don't think some people know, especially maybe amateur. They only had a few fights. They don't realize about altitude. So
correct, and it's a lot less oxygen to the body, is what it is.
So tell us about your gym. I was going to ask this for John, but we'll see if he pops in a few.
My gym is a catch wrestling gym with a catch wrestling. My coach is a catch wrestler that has started a couple organizations doing so. It is a wrestling style grappling with an attack version of jiu-jitsu, as well as a Muay Thai striking.
Where is it located? Where in Prescott?
It's located in Prescott, Arizona, off of Miller Valley Road.
Do you know what days it's open? And
typically open on Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. For most people, it would be between the hours of 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. But with some of us fighters, we get a little bit extra time in.
Who are some of the other coaches and some of the other fighters that are fighting, or they're going to fight this card or fight in other organizations?
Correct. So currently we have a couple fighters that are Kyle Overman, Carolyn Gerhart, Zane Davis, myself, Parker Coughlin. I think that's all. Oh, Brooks Van Ness, who will also be joining this call. They're going to be fighting out of there. Currently, my coach is the head coach of both the striking and the grappling. Another coach that I've been kind of blessed with in disguise was my wrestling coach from high school. Ended up attending the gym, and I've gotten a little extra working with him as well on the side.
So you went to high school in Prescott? Sorry, go back to that.
I went to Bradshaw and Prescott. I went to both high schools.
Okay. Now let's see if anybody else jumps in there. So who else from your gym is fighting on the card? Like you mentioned, Van Ness.
Van Ness, Gerhardt, Parker Coughlin, Edgar Serena, Zane Davis, myself, and I believe that's the list of them.
Oh, you guys got a stacked gym.
Yeah, we got 7 people, I believe, all competing this fight.
Did you have any guys on your from your team that fought on the rough card last weekend?
Not on this last weekend, no.
I know you have one guy who fights in BKB. I saw that fight. What's his name again?
Yeah, that is Luke Parsons. He fights for bare knuckle fighting.
Do you know when he's fighting back again or no?
I believe he's targeting somewhere later this fall. I believe they're taking a card into Phoenix or somewhere around the area.
Oh yeah, it's in October, and I believe 22nd in Chandler. Beat the BKB card.
Yeah, so he should be trying to get on that card, I believe, is his next fight.
Awesome. Now let's see if anybody. That's all I pretty much have for you. I don't know if you want to shout out to anybody or.
I'd just like to shout out my place of business, which is Finley Auto Group in Prescott. And
so what do you?
Average Joe's MMA.
Oh, sorry. So what do you do besides fighting? You work. What do you do at the dealership?
I'm one of the team leaders over at our Buick GMC store. I've been doing this now for about 6 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So if your MMA career goes smoothly, do you see yourself retiring from selling cars, or do you think you want to?
I don't know. I love the people around here, so I mean, I get a lot of motivation from helping people change lives and things along those lines. I would like to do both, but again, MMA is my dream.
Yeah, you got a slight window. If anything, you could sell cars afterwards, because you always had that, but you only had so many years to be a fighter or an athlete. So
exactly.
So you training later today?
Yes, I will be.
So do you have to cutting weight for your fight, or you're pretty much on weight?
I'm exactly on schedule to making my debut at 145.
Nice. You fought at 55 last time?
That was my weight class last time, correct?
How big were you when you were a defensive end in college? You probably went around 185, 200.
Yeah, I was closer to about 185, 190. I got as high as 195, just putting on mass for football positioning. But after that, I kind of slimmed back down, didn't have to eat as much.
I'm guessing you're probably around 5'8", 5'9".
I'm 6 foot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That makes sense. At the end, usually taller, a running back or something, be around that height.
Yeah, I was a defensive end in high school, and then when I decided to pursue college football for a little bit, that's when I decided to put on a little bit more weight and things along those lines.
I guess I have a couple more questions. How would you describe your fight style, and are there any fighters that you're trying to emulate? Are you a fan of anybody currently?
I would just say I believe I'm a complete martial artist. As far as off my back, on top, striking, wherever the fight goes, cage work, whatever it is, I feel like I'm a dominant person.
So basically you're GSP.
That's what it feels like, yeah.
Let's see. I guess I'm good. Let me, I'm trying to see. I'll talk to Brandy and I'll try to call him up and we're going to figure out another time. But thank you so much. Good luck. And hopefully I'll see you at the fights.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye. End meeting for all.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? A long time no see.
Yeah, how you been?
I've been good. How about yourself?
Good, good, good.
Seems like your gym's doing well. You got a lot of fighters on this upcoming card or in different cards lately.
Yeah, we got a bunch of fights coming up, man. We got 7 on this card. Then we have Naga the following week, and then we have a Thai fight the week after that, and then possibly another Thai fight and some grappling the week after that. So we'll be busy.
Oh, wow. So tell me about your gym in general. Where is it located? What are the times and coaches?
We're here in Prescott, Arizona, and as far as schedule goes, we're here generally Monday, Wednesday, Thursday is our regular open to the public schedule. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're here from 6 to 9 or 6 to 8:30 p.m. And then we have fight training and different nights we do. We'll kind of mix it up, get in and out on different days we're not, not having classes.
There was another guy that was supposed to get in the call. Somehow he texts you. I guess you could send him this invite because he got the other one, but if not, oh well. What is your background? I know you're from Brooklyn, from Jersey.
Yep. Originally from Brooklyn, then I moved to Staten Island, lived in Staten Island most of my life, and then eventually moved, after I got married, moved to Jersey, and we opened up our gym out there. Me and my wife, we opened a gym in New Jersey. We had that from 2000. We opened it in 2000, and we ran that all the way until we left New Jersey. And then one of my guys took it over for me when I left. So that school was running for 20 some odd years, and we've been here in Arizona about almost 7 years, about 6.5 years now. We literally I started training the day after I got here. I got here on a Friday. That Saturday I started training. I was training Eric Prindle at the time. He was a big heavyweight pro fighter, and we started training, just me and him. And then a couple other guys started wanting to train. I started training those guys. Then little by little, we built up a school, and here we are.
Okay, for people who don't know, can you tell us about catch wrestling? What is it exactly?
Yeah, so catch wrestling is the best way to put it. I tell everybody it's like jiu-jitsu's evil brother, right? So the end result is the same. We're all hunting for submissions. We're all looking for control and position submissions. Catch wrestling, though, the biggest difference between that and most other grappling arts is we're allowed all takedowns, all submissions, and pins. And the pin is the biggest thing that differentiates us from most other grappling styles. So everything we can do in freestyle, folk style wrestling, all your cradles and pins, you do the same thing in catch. So if you're fighting off your back and your shoulder blades are flat on the mat for 3 seconds, that's it, match is over. So you have to have a different mindset when you're fighting from the bottom in catch wrestling. So we're very top controlled style. We prefer not to be on our back. If we're fighting off our back, we have to have a shoulder blade up if we're going by true catch rules to avoid the pin. So it makes for a more high speed type of grappling, which is a lot of fun.
Can you tell us about some of the fighters that you have on this upcoming WFF card? Who's fighting?
Yeah. So we got 7 guys on the card. Well, 6 guys and 1 girl, I should say, right? We got Carolyn Gerhardt. She's fighting. She'll be making her MMA debut. Pretty exciting to see that. Her evolution of her training has been really awesome to watch. So we got her on the card. We have Edgar. We've got Parker. We've got Kyle. We've got Zane. We've got Chris, and we've got Brooks. Most of them are new to MMA as far as this will be their first fight for most of those guys. A couple of guys, Brooks has got one MMA fight already. Zane's got one MMA fight already. Kyle's got 1 MMA fight. This will be Parker and Edgar's debut and Carolyn's debut. So yeah, and Chris has got 1 fight as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be a real interesting dynamic to see how these guys do, getting their feet wet, whether it's their first or second fight. Is still pretty new to the MMA fight game. So it's pretty cool to get them out there and get it rocking.
Can you tell us about where and when is the fights and where can we get tickets?
So the fights are going to be Friday the 13th in Prescott Valley at Tim's Toyota Center. And you can get tickets online. There's I'm going to hold this up for the camera here. Let's see if you can see that, but we can get that right there. And then, so we have tickets online at buyfighttickets.com. And if you do that, if you're watching this, type in for any of our Average Joe's fighters, put in the code for our fighters. I don't have those codes off the top of my head, but you can look them up. Any of the fighters for Average Joe's, that way they get credit for the ticket sales. But it should be a packed house. I'm expecting a lot of people to come out. We've got a big buzz in town about it. Anytime there's a fight local in Prescott, all of Prescott wants to come out and watch it. So, and especially with this many guys fighting, we're having 7 fighters on the card. So I expect a really big turnout for the crowd. So it should be an exciting night for sure.
Guys, how far do you see some of your fighters going? Can you see some of your fighters someday maybe fighting UFC or Bellator or any of those organizations?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got some real solid potential. It's hard to say because it all depends on what everybody does with their wins and losses. It depends on their fight mentality. It depends on their work and life schedule and family schedule and all that. So there's so much to consider. But there's a few guys we have here training now that are really, really dedicated, really want to fight, really want to make this their livelihood and their passion. They have a potential to go very far. So yeah, we've got some pretty solid guys.
Since none of the fighters are here, but do you have any words to tell them before the fight, ever encouragement or anything like that?
Yeah, usually, before the fights, we work our strategies on game plan with everybody individually as we go prepare for it. But overall, our fighters, I expect nothing less than to be gracious in victory and humble in defeat. That's the main thing that I expect out of them. You know, I know they're going to bring the fight. I know that they're going to bring it. It's going to be a war no matter what, win, lose, or draw. These guys are coming out to fight. But you know, biggest thing is always be respectful and be humble. And you know, I'm very big on promoting that with our gym. So you'll see our guys. You know, if they win, they're going to win gracefully. If they lose, they'll take it and they'll be humble about it. And they'll do it with class. You know, and that's what we expect.
Well, thank you so much. I don't know if you have any last words you want to say before getting off this call.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm really looking forward to this card. I'm excited about it. And if anybody wants to learn some catch wrestling and Muay Thai and MMA, come on up to Prescott, Arizona. We're here at Average Joe's MMA. That's us. So come in, get some training in.
Thank you so much. Have a great day and good luck to your fighters. And I'll see you at the fights.
Thanks, brother. See you soon.
Peace. Thank you. Bye.